Now let's begin our top stories here in Nigeria, where the country's main opposition party, the People's Democratic Party, has unveiled the governor of Delta State in Nigeria's south region, Ifeanyi Okowa, as a running mate of its presidential flag bearer, Atiku Abubakar. Atiku Abubakar, while presenting Governor Ifeanyi Okowa before party faithful at the PDP National Headquarters in Abuja, said he's hopeful Okowa will be the next vice president of Nigeria.
Now, this ends speculations about who will be the running mate of the PDP as Nigeria prepares for the 2023 general elections.
I am pleased, therefore, to announce here my choice of running mate who will help to lead us to victory next year, not only in the presidential election, but also in the governorship and legislative elections. And he will be by my side as I work hard every day to provide our people with security, revive our economy, improve education, and unite our country. He has both legislative and executive experiences. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming to the ticket the next Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Governor Ifeanyi Okowa.
Wondering who would have failed to accept this kind of offer that has been made. I accept wholeheartedly, and in accepting so, I want to pledge that I'm going to stay loyal and committed to the course of this battle. And it's a battle that God has gone ahead of us. God bless us all.
Let's now bring in DEMOLA OLAREWAJU, political analyst and member of the PDP, to join us for this conversation. Thank you very much, DEMOLA, for joining us this morning.
Thank you guys for having me.
All right, DEMOLA, you've seen the videos. Of course, you've been following up with this story. What are your thoughts on the choice of Governor Ifeanyi Okowa as Atiku Abubakar's running mate for the 2023 presidential elections?
I mean, it wasn't unanticipated. A lot of members, knew that it was going to the South-South. We knew that for a while, that one of the governors from the South-South would be picked. The three that were recommended, the final three that were recommended by the committee, we also knew their names. We just were not sure, until a short while before the declaration event, which we just showed, weren't sure until a short while before then who exactly among the three will be picked. Because all three are men who are very strong in the political party, and the choice of Governor Ifeanyi Okowa has re-energized the party base. We are pleased with it. It shows that the Atiku campaign is going to be focused on policy. It shows that it's an inclusive ticket, basically, because the candidate himself, Atiku Abubakar, is from the Northeast and is a Muslim, the Fulani Muslim. And then you have Governor Ifeanyi Okowa, who is from the South-South, and is also an Anioma Igbo. So it's a very balanced ticket. It's one that we are sure that a lot of people will get behind, especially as both of them are people who devote a lot of their time to policy discussions. And so I think, the PDP has thrown down the gauntlet, basically, and saying that, the 2023 election should be a policy-based discussion.
Okay, now let's go further. We're talking about the Delta State governor. There's, of course, questions about his influence and how much influence he really has in the South and the Southeast. So share your thoughts on that one. Are there any fears? And for those who say he may not be as popular as is needed to win an election, do you agree with them?
I think the most important part of any campaign or of any ticket is the presidential ticket. In considering the vice president, in considering who will be your running mate, the things you look out for is basically what the person is adding to the ticket in terms of ideas, in terms of cohesiveness, in terms of those kind of things. You are projecting someone you have a harmonious relationship with, someone that you have a sort of an organic relationship, so to speak. And Ifeanyi Okowa and Atiku Abubakar have been relating for quite a while. And so, it was basically that, those are basically the considerations. Now, the politics of it, on the political side of it, in terms of the numbers, I think, PDP is larger than the two of them. Atiku Abubakar is the person who will be projecting. The question of the running mate is basically, this person is a heartbeat away from the presidency. If something, God forbid, happens to the president, then the vice president takes over. And so what people want to see in terms of the vice president is he someone that can also lead? Is he someone that can deputize for the president in his absence? Is he someone that can take over the office in case something happens to the president? And I think in this instance, that has been satisfied. Now, it does not mean that PDP is not going to be working with other stakeholders from the southeast and from the south-south. Atiku Abubakar is popular enough. He has contested elections several times. He has deep allies in the southeast and in the south-south. And so by picking Governor Ifeanyi Okowa, that was why I said, it's a policy-based decision. Of course, Ifeanyi Okowa is someone who doesn't come with any baggage. He's not someone who's known to be controversial. Ever since the news came out, a lot of us have been looking online and trying to see, is there something going to come out? Is there a curveball that's coming? And so far, so good. There's been nothing like that. And that's what you want in a vice president, really. Somebody who's not necessarily attracting too much negative energy to the ticket. And that's what has been happening. So everywhere is calm now. It's looking good. People are accepting the reality. Of course, you have the fact that some people might have felt that they will be chosen or somebody else will be chosen. And then, there's a bit of that, disappointment for now, which is normal. But basically, there's not been any surprises. So, so far, so good. So far, so good. I think, the numbers are looking good. And I think, this is a very, very smart choice for the 2023 election.
I mean, you mentioned how it's important that the party has a candidate that doesn't attract any negative attention, but Ohanaeze Ndigbo might disagree with you, as they've said that he's gone against the Asaba Accord. Now, in 2021, May 2021, he hosted Southern Nigeria Governors Forum, and right after that, a few days after that, or a few months after that, he hosted another one in Lagos, and it was agreed that the next president of Nigeria should come from Southern Nigeria. And don't you think that the fact that he has in some way gone against this might affect the party's chances at the polls in 2023?
Personally, I've never been fascinated with the idea of a southern presidency. Yes, we understand the political realities of the country, but the PDP cannot be bound by that, those discussions, because basically the People's Democratic Party is a party out of power, and you cannot zone what you don't have. I think we've crossed that bridge. A candidate has emerged on behalf of the PDP, which is Alhaji Atiku Abubakar from the north. The APC has also produced its own candidate, which is Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu from the southwest. Now, in looking at it, you have to see where the interest lies. Ohanaeze is a foremost socio-political southeastern group. Now, the people of the southeast will have to ask themselves, and that also includes the leadership of Ohanaeze, with all respect to them, they will have to look at the board and see which of these tickets are we going to go with. Is our interest more protected as a people, as the southeastern people? Is our interest more protected with the PDP ticket or with the APC ticket? Or where do our interests lie? They would have to look at Atiku, look at his running mate Okowa. They would have to look at Bola Ahmed Tinubu and whoever he picks as his running mate and see where their interests lie. And so, the political reality of the country is what we have to deal with. And I believe that, with time, a lot of sentiments will be assuaged, and then everybody will get behind the Atiku Abubakar Okowa ticket in 2023. All right,
we're not going to let you go without bringing this up because it has been one of the biggest talking points since Ifeanyi Okowa was picked. And that is the governor of Rivers taking us on Wike. I'm going to share one of your tweets. You say here that Wike is a walking embodiment of party loyalty, and it doesn't need to be patronized by anyone. When the PDP wins, everyone will know Wike will surely still be a formidable force in the party. And then you add, I no need wine, I'm now leader Imbi. But so I want you to share your thoughts on the some Wike discussions. That he might be aggrieved. He maybe had felt that he would be picked and some of all of that. Does the PDP still trust that some Wike will support 100%?
Oh, no, definitely. I don't think anyone has any doubt. Anyone who has watched the political trajectory of Governor Nyesom Wike will know that he is a committed party man. He has said it several times that he will always be a PDP member. And I trust that, because the People's Democratic Party has been a part of his career. It's on the platform of the PDP that he became local government chairman, he became chief of staff to the governor, he became minister, and then he became two-term governor. And, the political machinery in Rivers State is, of course, solidly behind him. Of course, yes, there are people around him who were projecting different things, and they are perhaps, disappointed. It's how it happens in politics. Only one person could be the vice president could be the running mate at a time. If it had been Governor Udom Emmanuel from the shortlist, then you would have two aggrieved people. If it had been Governor Wike himself, then you have two other aggrieved people. So whichever person you choose, there will definitely be somebody who is disappointed that they were not picked. But again, they are politicians. You expect sometimes you win some, you lose some. But what nobody can doubt is the stature and the status of Governor Nyesom Wike guarantees him a part of the all-inclusive government that the PDP will put in place when we win the 2023 elections. And so, I believe very strongly that Governor Nyesom Wike will take his time, of course, and come out with a very powerful statement in support of the ticket, and he will do everything he can to ensure that People's Democratic Party wins. Because look, at the end of the day, the issues that affect us under this present government, they are beyond, whether I am there or not. There are issues that affect us generally. And so I strongly believe that Governor Nyesom Wike, who is the respected PDP leader from the South, will surely back this ticket 100% and remain a committed member of the People's Democratic Party.
Demola, in 30 seconds, not more, is the PDP worried about who the APC picks as its VP?
Well, for the future of Nigeria, PDP is definitely not worried, but I, as a Nigerian, for the future of Nigeria, I sincerely hope that the APC finds it in itself to have an all-inclusive presidential ticket. This rumors we are hearing about a Muslim ticket, I do not think that it will augur well for the kind of country that we are in.
All right, Demola, thank you very much for joining us. We look forward to having you again to discuss further as the story progresses.
Thank you very much for having me.